The husband who had been dead for 7 days suddenly returned. The woman burst into tears with joy, but as soon as she remembered that he had been cremated, she pushed him away in fear, then woke up and realized it was all just a dream. But suddenly she heard her daughter calling out for Dad from her room. Alarmed, she rushed in, only to find her daughter sitting alone on the bed. She thought the child was just missing her father too much. But the next day, a lottery official showed up at her door, saying her husband had won $10 million, but never came to claim the prize, and all calls to his number had gone unanswered. The woman was confused. She never knew he had bought a lottery ticket. She asked which day he bought it, and when she heard April 4th, her face turned pale, because that was the exact day of his cremation. But things didn't stop there. That night she woke from another strange dream, turned over, and saw a wedding ring on the pillow. At first she thought it was hers, but looked down and saw hers was still on her finger. That was her husband's ring, the same one that had been burned with him. As she puzzled over where it had come from, a strange noise came from her daughter's room. She rushed over, and saw her daughter smiling on the bed, saying she had just played hide and seek with Daddy. The woman assumed it was just more dreaming, and told her to go back to sleep. But as she touched her daughter's hand, she caught a strong whiff of her husband's cologne. This made her freeze. Her daughter insisted again that it really was Daddy. The woman got scared and opened the curtains to check, but there was nothing outside. She scolded her daughter for lying, tucked her in, and went back to her room, only to find the mysterious ring had vanished. The next second, the wedding photo on the wall suddenly fell. She screamed, but upon closer inspection, saw the nail had come loose. The next morning, she noticed the photo was somehow back on the wall, as if nothing had happened. She poured a glass of hot milk, and got ready to take her daughter to school. When she saw the girl yawning, she asked if she had stayed up playing on the tablet, but the girl replied again that she'd spent the night playing with Daddy. This time, the woman knew something was wrong. After sending her daughter off, she sat on the couch, trying to make sense of everything. But the glass of milk had turned into her husband's favorite coffee, and she had thrown away all the coffee after he died. Feeling dizzy, she went to rinse her mouth, but when she looked up, words were scrawled across the bathroom mirror. Just then, the lottery officials returned, telling her again that she could claim the prize as his spouse, but the deadline was midnight, or the ticket would become void. They left a card with the address. That evening, she followed the address, only to find herself in total darkness. She asked a nearby janitor for building 444, but when she followed his directions, she ended up at a cemetery. Suddenly, the card in her hand burst into flames. A chilling wind swept through, and ghost money rained from the sky. Terrified, she called her best friend, who soon arrived at the cemetery. The woman poured out everything that had happened, but her friend didn't believe it, insisting she was hallucinating from grief. After bringing her home, the friend suggested installing cameras to put her mind at ease. But that night, the woman sensed someone had entered her home. She checked the surveillance feed, and saw a shadow standing behind the bedroom curtains. Frightened, she dropped her phone. She gathered her courage, and asked who it was, but no one answered. Panicking, she called her friend. Her friend rushed over, and the woman insisted it was her husband who had returned. But when they checked the room, no one was there. Still, the woman swore she had seen someone, and that the figure looked exactly like her husband.